Connecticut's #1 local news. This is Channel 3 Eyewitness News.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Nicole Nalepa. It is 7 o'clock on your Friday morning, and we are following all of your top stories, including developing news this morning. Another Connecticut resident has been arrested by the FBI in connection with the January 6th attack at the U.S. Capitol.
In Christ's holy name we pray.
These are the moments that were captured by the New Yorker magazine right inside of the Senate chamber back in January. It was just minutes after former Vice President Mike Pence was rushed out. Now we're learning that agents were able to track 25-year-old Richard Crosby Jr. of Harwinton after they saw a video on YouTube where Crosby identified himself as Rick C. and then gave out his phone number. Federal agents tracked the phone, found out that it was at the Capitol during the riots at that time. He now faces a felony charge of obstructing justice of Congress. Now, as we mentioned, Richard Crosby Jr. is the second Connecticut resident to be arrested for his alleged role in those riots. Earlier this year, 23-year-old Patrick McCaughey from Ridgefield was arrested. He was seen among the mob back on January 6th, pushing his way inside the Capitol and was charged with 2 counts of assault with a dangerous weapon. McCaughey was released on bond early last month. We're also following a budget battle at the state capitol this morning. We are only a few days away from the legislative session ending, and there is still no budget. Channel 3 Eyewitness News reporter Aaron Edwards has the latest details on where things stand this morning.
Governor Lamont and Democratic leaders say they're getting closer, but still haven't struck a deal on the state budget. Agreements have already been made on some proposed tax increases, taking out a capital gains tax, removing a mansion tax, and there will be no income or consumption tax. But there's still 2 issues leaders can't seem to agree on.
Current budget coming out of legislature is not in balance. It doesn't adhere to the spending cap, and a little back and forth regarding how we allocate the municipal aid money.
Governor Lamont wants the municipal revenue sharing account, money for towns and cities, to be under the spending cap. And Republican leaders who say they have not been included in many of the negotiations say they agree with Lamont's push.
Just stuck on this one thing, but we have a time deadline. So it's like the airplane's leaving and we got to hop on the airplane.
And that was Aaron Edwards reporting. Also this morning, we are working to get you an update from Farmington, where voters weighed in on whether to build a new high school. The $136 million project would demo most of the campus and bring it up to safety and security requirements. And also breaking overnight, thousands of group home workers here in Connecticut called off their planned strike this morning. It was supposed to take place at 6 a.m., but it didn't take place, and that's because their union was able to strike up a deal, a $184 million deal with the state late last night. And this deal includes significant wage increases and improved benefits. Workers were right outside the Capitol rallying ahead of this morning's deadline, when more than 2,100 workers from 6 different locations would have walked out at 6 a.m. Again, their strike was called off. A deal was reached. And in a statement, the president of the union chapter said, quote, "This is a great victory for racial and economic justice for the majority of Black and Latino women who make up this workforce of caregivers." Scott?
We are talking about some hot weather here. Take a look at the 7-day forecast. I'm just going to start off with the hot news. Yeah, we're talking about temperatures that are going to be making it into the low 90s, possibly 90 degrees tomorrow. That's a little bit in question. But look at that, 93, 94, 93, 90. We're talking about a heat wave here, the first one of 2021. All right, let's start off with our regional radar. This is a 12-hour loop. There's nothing out there right now. It's going by to our north and west and to the south and east of Connecticut, so nothing out there again right now. But later this afternoon, we are expecting showers and thunderstorms. All right, the visibility is poor. Groton, you're down to 1/4 mile. Chester, Goose Eggs, New Haven, 2.5 miles. Waterbury at the Oxford Airport, 3 miles. So you get the point. It's a little foggy out there, and you can see that fog, the haze, and the humidity on our Old Saybrook iCam. Good morning to you. More of the same in Hartford. The temperature's just mild and mild. 54, the typical overnight low. We're 14 degrees better than that in Hartford. New Haven, good morning to you, 65 degrees there. Poor visibility, even in the New Haven area. We're dealing with that fog and haze and humidity. All right, now the temperatures today will top out in the mid to upper 70s for inland Connecticut. Notice the thunderstorm icons start materializing around 1, 2 o'clock this afternoon. I think anytime after 1 o'clock this afternoon through about 7, 8 o'clock this evening, we'd run the risk for showers showers and thunderstorms, some of which could locally pack a punch. Strong cloud-to-ground lightning, gusty winds, hail. I don't think we're going to expect a widespread severe weather outbreak, but there could be some severe storms in the state this afternoon through early this evening. All right, it is 70 degrees in Danbury. The high on Saturday of last weekend was 49. The high was 49. This is an overnight low, 70 in Danbury. That's remarkable. And the temperatures are up anywhere from 7 to 11 degrees warmer than where we were just 24 hours ago. The dew points are cranking. They're in the mid-60s. 65, a very popular dew point number. Willimantic, Hartford, Torrington, Meriden, Waterbury, Danbury. Take me to your liter. And the dew and the dew point trend is up. It's in the muggies. It's in the muggies. We don't like that. All right, and that'll be for the foreseeable future. The winds are out of the south, southwest, anywhere from 5 to 9. Not a big deal. And you can see the rain going by to our north and west and south and east. So we're kind of sandwiched in a little bit of a dry slot here. But scattered showers and thunderstorms are expected to develop this afternoon in the result of a cold front that's going to be moving through. And unfortunately, some of those storms could be strong. All right, so this is noon. We'll dot the landscape with a couple of spotty showers. But by 2, we start to see the development of some of these storms moving in. 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock gets a little rough out there. And then by 5:30, we're still dealing with these storms. But by 6:30, it's gone. And the weekend looks dry and hot. Temperatures today in the mid to upper 70s, afternoon showers and thunderstorms. And then once again, your 7-day forecast, 88 tomorrow, 93 on Sunday, Monday, 94, 93 on Tuesday. There is that risk for scattered showers and thunderstorms Tuesday afternoon and Wednesday afternoon. And the front that moves through Wednesday will cool things back a little bit for Thursday, but still above normal temperatures. All right, that's a check of your early morning forecast. Nicole, we'll send it back to you.
All right, thanks, Scott. You've been talking about those temperatures climbing, but you know what hasn't been climbing? The positivity rate when it comes to the coronavirus here in our state. It now stands at 0.9%. And we also know that there are 4 more people in the hospital, bringing the total number of hospitalizations to 89. But hospitalizations still remain under 100 this morning. And we are your vaccine authority, of course. The Biden administration is launching a major push to get more people vaccinated, and not only in the U.S., but actually around the world. Channel 3's Laura Podesta has the latest on this story for us from New York.
There are growing concerns the nation's mass immunization efforts have stalled.
For all the progress we're making as a country, if you are unvaccinated, you are still at risk of getting seriously ill or dying.
The pace of COVID-19 vaccinations has slowed in recent weeks, especially in the southern U.S.
I'm just giving it some time. I'm not in a vulnerable group.
I think it was just kind of figuring it out, see how everybody was doing with it.
Mississippi, Louisiana, and Alabama have the lowest percentages of adults who've received at least 1 dose. They're far behind the states with the highest vaccination rates: Vermont, Hawaii, and Massachusetts. The CDC is warning of a rise in the number of young people being hospitalized with COVID-19.
I strongly encourage parents to get their teens vaccinated, as I did mine.
Officials are aiming to get at least 1 shot into the arms of 70% of American adults by the 4th of July. Right now, that number stands at 63%. Many cities and states are using prizes and giveaways as an incentive to get vaccinated.
Why are we doing this? It's because we know it works. This is a very, very common sense investment to save lives.
The White House says the U.S. is donating 80 million coronavirus vaccine doses to the UN for distribution to global hotspots like India. An initial shipment of 25 million doses will be sent immediately. The rest by the end of the month. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
All right, thank you so much for tuning into Eyewitness News on this Friday. Remember, you can get news and weather updates anytime on the Channel 3 app. Stay cool this weekend, be healthy, stay positive. See you back here Monday.
Thanks for watching Channel 3 Eyewitness News. Watch us live wherever you are on our mobile, on our streaming news app. And you can also watch us on Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV.